Welcome to another Sunday WOAY ABC4 Community Forum, where we talk to community leaders and local success stories about important information that affects all of us here in Southern West Virginia. I'm your host, Brandy Lawrence, and today we're joined by another distinguished guest. Susan Cron from Highlands Memorial Park is here to talk to us about Wreaths Across America program, which they are accepting orders for wreaths right now in anticipation of Wreaths Across America Day on December 13th. Yes. Thanks so much for coming to the forum.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I know we spoke last year about this, and it was really one of my first introductions to Wreaths Across America. But for the people out there that are unfamiliar, can you tell them what it's all about?
Okay, Wreaths Across America is a national organization, and they started out 20-some years ago, I think 26 years ago, with a guy who his son went to Arlington on a field trip and saw that so many of the graves up there did not have any remembrance for Christmas on the graves. And his dad owns a wreath company in Maine. So they took their extra wreaths that hadn't been sold and they sent them to Arlington to be put on the graves. And from there it's kind of mushroomed. Now there's over 5,000 cemeteries across the United States and Europe that go and do Wreaths Across America, and they every year we keep picking up more and more folks, and it's a great organization who gives back to their community, to their worldwide community.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's so awesome that just one little boy who had some empathy for other veterans started this whole national campaign.
Yes.
It just snowballed into something that's really awesome. So right now, guys, you can get a wreath for a veteran at either Highland Memorial Park or at, I believe, at any other cemetery too.
Any of the participating
cemeteries.
Yes.
For $17 each. Or you can get 3 wreaths for $50 and get 1 extra. And that extra will go towards one of the 2,300 veterans laid to rest at Highland Memorial Park. And we're shooting to get all of them a wreath this year.
Oh, yes. Yes. This is our 11th year, and I would love to see them all covered this year.
Absolutely. And I think it would be an awesome thing to see. I think it would just be beautiful to see at Highland Memorial. They see beautiful. All the veterans being honored.
Pretty. It is great and stuff. And we have, it's a great community service. We have a lot of clubs who come out and help us lay wreaths that day, as well as individuals. And you can go and either do a grave specific. You can, if you have someone there, you can say, I want it put on this specific person, or you can just say, I want it put on any veteran who didn't happen to get a sponsor.
Awesome. And it'll be a beautiful thing to do for either a veteran that was one of your loved ones, or even just, someone that you don't know that doesn't have a wreath. I think that's just a beautiful memorial.
It's a way to remember them, because the Wreaths Across America says that you don't die until the last time someone says your name. So they go and tell us, when you lay your wreath on that grave, to go and look at their name and say their name and thank them for their service. And so that person lives on.
Absolutely. And we were talking before the show started about, some of the people that are some of the veterans that are laying to rest at Highland Memorial, and how they have such extraordinary stories. Some of these are people that we know, the public figures, or people or the one veteran that was found in a mass grave and was brought back home. Yes.
Private Lukey was found in a mass grave over in the Pacific, over close to Iwo Jima. And there were 70-some men in that grave, and they finally identified him. And so they were able to go and send him home to us 2 years ago, and we had military honors for him and everything when we buried him up in Section A. And he only has 1 or 2 family members still that are kin to him around this area. So, we all need to honor the gentlemen like that.
Absolutely. They deserve to be remembered, and they made that ultimate sacrifice for all of us. So, I think it's the least that we can do for them is to make sure that they are still honored and remembered today.
Right.
So it's $17 per wreath. And what is the process to purchase a wreath?
Okay, you can call out to Highland and ask for myself, or one of the other folks out there can help you. and give us your name and address and your who you would like to honor, if you'd like to honor someone specific. And you can give us your credit card info. Since it's such a late date, it's not much time to go and mail in a check. But if you'll give us your card information, I will go right on the Wreath website. We have our special page on the national website and put it on there, and that way we get credit for it. And for every 3 wreaths that someone sponsors, then the national will go and send us an extra to put on somebody who didn't get a wreath.
Awesome. So guys, please be sure to do so. And also, they can also honor active service members on the wreath as well.
Yes, absolutely. You can honor active service members. You can say, I want to put one on an unknown veteran in honor of someone who is currently serving, who did serve and is still living. And all that's a great way, just like Veterans Day was just a few weeks ago, and that honors all veterans living and past. And so this is another way to honor living veterans. And we will also go and every year I print out a brochure that is given out at the ceremony. And we will go and honor them. We'll put their names, both names, on that brochure that we hand out at the ceremony.
Awesome. And I know there are a lot of people that have, family that are active service members or veterans and things like that. So this is a wonderful way to honor your loved one, but also honor another fallen veteran that you may not have known, but they are brothers in arms with your loved ones, or sisters in arms with your loved ones.
Well, we have 26 ladies who are buried with us. Absolutely. Who were in the service of our country. So that's really great. Some of them were nurses, some of them were radio operators, different things like that. And that's what's really interesting is some of those girls.
And all extremely important. Shout out to the ladies as well that, made that sacrifice too. And you said volunteers and such to help out with Wreaths Across America Day. Do they need to get in touch with you if they would like to help out?
No, they don't have to. If they're an organization and would like to be recognized, they can, and I will put them on the brochure. We have several organizations that do this, like the VFW from Beckley, the Ladies VFW Auxiliary comes out and helps. Greenbrier County Civil Air Patrol, the Punishers Motorcycle Group from Beckley, they come over and also help place wreaths. But anyone can come out to help place wreaths. The ceremony is at noon, and then we start putting wreaths out after that until we get all of them done. So any of the folks who want to come out and help, it would be a really great thing to go and see everyone, just scatter out after the ceremony. We have boxes of wreaths that we set all over the cemetery, and you can go and put them on anybody who has a military marker. And there's also, if you see wreath stands sitting over top of a grave, even if it doesn't have a military marker, that means that someone has specifically sponsored that person. And so you can hang the wreaths on those. We have, over the years, we have saved all the standing spray wreath holders or standing spray holders that we have gotten from up at Bessie's Floral when they bring them out. So we go and save them from year to year and put them out over top of the folks who have gotten a sponsor. And that makes it a lot prettier and keeps them up out of the snow. At Arlington, they just lay them on the ground. But we try to put them up to where the snow doesn't go and bother them.
Yeah, and hopefully there's no snow on that day. So the wreaths and everything are good.
We've had 60-degree weather and we'd had 17-degree weather during the...
So go either way. So hopefully the snow at least stays away on December 13th for Wreaths Across America Day, so you guys can get out there and honor
that's
those
the
veterans.
Same day that they do it at Arlington and every other place across the country.
Beautiful.
Yes.
And for some of the businesses or organizations that may not be able to come out and volunteer on that day but want to sponsor, would they need to get in touch with you guys?
Yes, please. It seems like this year our local companies and all have been hammered with a lot of donations, but if you can do just $50 worth, that will go and go a long way, because it will get us the extra wreath, and we will go and make sure we honor you in the brochure and Seems like the corporates are down this year somewhat. And right now I only have 800 and some wreaths sponsored, and I need 2,300 to do them all. So, even if you're a small business, maybe $50 and all. I know it's a lot for a small business, but it would really go a long way for us.
Absolutely. And even if, 3 people in the office that have loved ones or veterans, or they just value, the military and everything that they do, if you can at least give $17 each, just put it in a pool and go ahead and
Absolutely.
give it to Susan at Highline Memorial Park, that would help out. You'd be getting 4 wreaths for 4 veterans.
Yes.
And that would tremendously help them with their goal of trying to get 2,300 veterans honored and covered with a wreath this year.
Yes, that would be great.
Awesome.
And also, if every family in the Oak Hill area that's listening, if they could do 1 wreath, $17. I mean, that's like 1 or 2 meals at McDonald's or somewhere like that. They could go and sponsor a wreath, and then from those folks, it would parlay into other wreaths for other folks.
Absolutely, absolutely. So guys, please do your part to make sure that each of these veterans get a wreath, and also honor your active service members and your veterans, or even your own service. Like, just make sure that you honor that. It's very important, and you guys have made the ultimate sacrifice. So please make sure that we honor these veterans in their death.
Well, that's just it. My husband is a 22-year Army vet, and he says, when you sign that application or those draft papers and stuff, you're putting your life on the line for the rest of us. Absolutely. And those guys need thanked in some way for that.
Absolutely. And we should definitely honor them. So guys, could we put the contact information just one more time down there? Thank you, Tiny. You can give Susan a call at 304-469-3283. And you can also check out wreathsacrossamerica.org to learn more about the organization and how you can help out. Thank you so much, Susan. And thank you guys. That wraps up our first half. We'll be right back talking more about Wreaths Across America Day and how you can help out. Welcome back to Sunday Community Forum. I'm here with Susan Cron from Highline Memorial Park, and we're talking about the upcoming 11th annual Wreaths Across America Day and how you guys can get involved. So wreaths are $17.
Yes, ma'am.
And there is an application deadline because this event is on December 13th. We have to give them enough time to get the wreaths in.
Right.
So the application deadline is Sunday, November 30th. That's when this will air. But they'll need to get in touch with you, correct?
Yes,
to
please.
Order.
If they can call out to the funeral home and ask for me, or one of the other guys too can help you, and let us know your name and address. You can do it on a credit card. You can also, on this sign that I brought, there is a QR code if you want to go directly to Wreaths Across America. You can use that QR code and it will go right on our web page on the national site so that we get credit for it. And they will deliver them to us. The truck driver, I talked to him the other day. He's coming from Interstate Van Lines, and he will be coming on either the 8th or the 9th, either Monday or Tuesday of that week. And people can always help come unload if they want to. If they want to call on Monday and say, when's the truck coming in, I'll let you know for sure. And last year we had, 1,400 wreaths, so that's 10 in a box. So you can imagine how many boxes of wreaths we had to unload off that tractor trailer. So.
I'm sure helping hands will definitely
yes.
be welcome. So if you're interested in helping out, make sure that you get in touch with them and make sure that you're there for that truck day. But if you are interested in purchasing a wreath, either for a veteran at Highline Memorial or to honor an active service member or another veteran that you know, make sure that you get in touch with them as well, so you can do that and do it by November 30th, Sunday, November 30th, because that order is due by December 1st, so you can get them
yes,
in.
the order has to be into Maine by December 1st at 12 o'clock.
All right.
So that gives me just a few hours to do my paperwork and get it in.
Yeah, so make sure you guys work quick. And we're going over ceremony details for anybody that hasn't been to one of these ceremonies or hasn't seen them. What has it been like for, somebody who works so personally?
Okay, with the ceremony, we get a script from National, and we all do the same ceremony across the United States at the same time, 12 o'clock noon, as Arlington does theirs. And we all start out, of course, with bringing our colors in, and we always have some local guys who will be the presenters. Now, because of inclement weather and a lot of elderly who come out to the service and all, we do ours in the chapel at the funeral home, so that if it's freezing outside, you don't have to stand out there the whole time. Mm-hmm. And so we present the wreaths, do a short presentation ceremony, and this year we always honor a veteran, and this year we are honoring Stanley Bender. He is a national Medal of Honor recipient, and he is with us. He's been buried with us, and we want to honor him. He has gotten some other local recognition lately, and also we had thought this summer even of doing Stanley this year. So we're going to do a short, Mike Ferris, our owner, is going to do a short presentation about Stanley Bender. A lot of people don't know what Stanley did for his fellow countrymen there overseas, and stood up and walked through bullets and all to go and take out German machine guns and things. So it will be real informative, as well as honoring him. And then we go and retire with the wreaths down to the flagpole. We set the ceremonial wreaths, one for each branch of the service, around the flagpole, and then we will go and disperse out to go and put the wreaths out the rest of the afternoon. Some of the guys who are helping be our presenters this year are from the Beckley VFW, and we have there's 4 branches of that covered. And then we also go and ask if there's, like last year, Colonel Moody from the Greenbrier County Civil Air Patrol, she was one of our presenters. Randy Dolan from who is the local scout leader, was one. And we also have the president of the Punishers motorcycle group, and he was one of our presenters last year. So, this year I've asked the Oak Hill Fire Department if they would like to send a couple of guys, and I'm going to ask the Oak Hill Police Department if they would like to send a couple of guys to help fill in. So this way we get some of our local guys, honor them as well as the other, first responders as well as our military. That's
great. And I figured some of them have probably served, or they have family that have served.
Absolutely.
Especially doing a role like that where you're a first responder out, in the thick of it, being brave, saving lives. I mean, it's not a far jump from military. So
no, it's not.
Awesome. Hopefully we can get some of them out there too and get them honored and help them honor some veterans too. So I think it's full circle for everyone.
Yes.
And we have Stanley Bender there, which is really awesome. Like, I think that this is another historical, aspect of West Virginia.
Yes.
It's so much history in West Virginia, but I mean, that's another thing that we're learning about that's new. And Ogie Patterson is also.
Yes, Governor Patterson is with us. And he was a governor, I'm not quite sure whether he was in the 40s or 50s, but he came from Mount Hope, a local guy from Mount Hope, and he went on to be our governor. So, we're honored to have him with us. And we have one Civil War gentleman, we have one son of a Revolutionary War gentleman, we have the son of Captain Thurman, who is buried out at Gethsemane. Mm-hmm. And we also have 3 Spanish-American War folks, 271 World War I's, let's see, 26 ladies are part of our the folks that we honor too. So, we have a very diverse group.
Absolutely.
We have aerial balloonist from the World War I to fighter pilots. We have everything from privates up to a colonel who's in one of the mausoleums. So we have quite a diverse section, and people from all of the branches of service are with us. So we want to honor them all.
Absolutely, and it's so interesting. I think even if you're not a veteran or you don't have family in the military or anything, if you're just a war history buff or a history
Yes.
buff in general, I think that this
Yes.
would be a really great opportunity for you to learn more about these people's lives and also how they have shaped West Virginia, the things that they've done
Yes.
for us as a whole. So.
Just walk through the cemetery and read some of the. That's how we found out about the Revolutionary War guy. It's on the back of a tombstone.
Wow.
And all that, some of his accomplishments and all. He's up in Section B, and it's really interesting when you walk that cemetery and see. I have photographed over the years most of the military markers, trying to catalog everybody. But every year, especially at Memorial Day, we get folks who say, well, my dad didn't get a flag. Well, if we don't have a military marker for him, we don't know that he's military. So we need you to go and tell us so we can put him on the list. Or if you want to go and just through the Veterans Association, you can get a medallion for him, a bronze medallion that you can put on his granite marker, and that will designate him from then on as being a veteran.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And so important too, make sure that, your veterans are honored. And it just makes you wonder sometimes of how many people are laid to rest in cemeteries and they're not, recognized as veterans.
Right,
So
right.
there could be a lot more
Because
out there.
sometimes that was only 2 or 4 years of their life, but it's an important 2 or 4 years.
Absolutely.
Right.
I say it counts. I mean, that's
Oh, it
hard
sure
work.
does. And
That's a
even
lot
if-
to do.
Even if they did not go overseas and stuff, they still went through the training. They're still honored, even if they're the reservist and National Guard. We also, count them as a veteran locally here. Sometimes the VA, when it comes to a military marker, they look and see if they've had any time overseas or active duty. They want to look for active duty, but we will honor them all.
Absolutely. I mean, I say everybody served. Everybody did their part. I mean, if you
Right.
were willing to go through that training, like you said,
Yes.
and, do all this to be a part of the military, I think that you should be honored. So
Absolutely.
make sure that you're honoring all of your service members in your family, veterans, no matter how long the service was. I mean, it's very important.
Right.
Awesome. And what has been one of the most rewarding things about, overseeing this, kind of being the location coordinator for Wreaths across America and honoring the veterans in this way?
I have gotten to hear a lot of stories about individuals and what they went through and where they were stationed, and all. Some of them went in on Normandy and were shot at even before they got off the boat and things. Some of them were at liberating concentration camps. Some of them, the younger ones and stuff, we've had some Iraqis, one girl was in Afghanistan. We've had some, different things. And it's hard for me, being the mother of a veteran, the wife of a veteran, and the daughter of a veteran. It's hard for me to talk about all this sometimes without tearing up, because they do hold a special place in my heart. All of them do.
Absolutely. And I can tell how personal this is to you, especially, you're the mother, the wife, and the daughter of a veteran.
Yes,
So,
yes.
it's very military heavy. So I
Yes.
can imagine. And it's really awesome that, you're able to do all this and honor other veterans as well as your own family.
Well, up until I started at Hylon doing this, nobody had thought of it yet.
Wow.
So, I was able to get it started and stuff the owners and all gave me permission to do this. And then I talked to the folks over at Fayetteville and got them started on it. So, I try to go and do what I can,
Thank you for that. And, it once again, it's kind of like the little boy who started all this in the first place with the wreaths. Like, it only takes, one person who really wants to do something good and wants to, honor people to spearhead a whole campaign.
Well, and like this year, the mayor, Melanie Dragon, the mayor of Thurman, the folks in Thurman are honoring 14 gentlemen who grew up in Thurman, who are with us, and they are, she's making sure that they all get wreaths this year. She and Sharon Blake have been very instrumental for us and all, and they're from the little old town of Thurman, So.
Absolutely, and shout out to them as well, everybody in Thurman. I know it's very small there, but it's super historic, and it's great that, there are at least 14 veterans there that are going to be honored too.
Right, and that just shows what even a small town can do. If the local towns would get together and sponsor for us and things like that would be a big help and all. And then if they want to come out and place on Wreath Day, and be part of the ceremony, we certainly let them, be part of the ceremony too.
Absolutely. So we're about a minute or so out, but before we go, guys, once again, we're going to give you those details. If you would like to order a wreath, they are $17 each, but you can get 3 for $50 and get 1 free, so we can get an extra wreath on one of the 2,300 veterans' graves at Highline Memorial. The application deadline is due by Sunday, November 30th. Make sure that you get those in beforehand so Susan can get those orders in December 1st at 12.
Right, and even if we are closed on Thanksgiving tomorrow, or this will air afterwards, I'm sorry, but
it's fine.
But even if we are closed like on Sunday, you can go and call us and it will go to our answering service, and I will make sure I call you back.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Susan. And remember, National Wreaths Across America Day is December 13th. And until then, you guys have a great Sunday, and we'll see you next week.